What's up, guys? Welcome to your 132nd Android tutorial for the new Boston. What we're going to be doing this tutorial is working a little bit more with our map stuff. And quickly, just to go back to the previous tutorial where we set our zoom functions and all that good stuff. I told you I thought there should have been a zoom function down here. I wasn't getting it because, there it is now. But I wasn't getting it because I don't work with Google Maps all that much. I thought I'd include it in the tutorial because a lot of people ask about it. But just 2 lines of code, we can get it so we can pan around here and also have our zoom functions. Try and get it where I live. Maybe not. But yeah, our zoom functions now work and we can pan around our map. So that's kind of what we're doing in this tutorial. Anyways, we're going to set that up. So we're going to go into our XML here, and like I said, just 2 quick lines of code is going to free up our map from being locked as is. So we're going to say Android enabled, and we're going to set this equal to be true, and now it's going to enable our map. And we also want our map to be clickable, because what we're going to do is we're going to have our map, if you hold if you hold down on the screen, like touch the screen for like a second or 2 seconds, we're going to give some options that the user can do with the map. So we want it to be clickable, so we're going to say clickable, and we're going to set that equal to be true, because I believe by default it's set to false unless if we we set that up. So now your map's going to be looking like this, like I just showed you guys. So now that you guys have that set up, let's get into today's tutorial. What we're going to learn about today is something called overlays, and you can think of an overlay as if you guys have worked with like Photoshop or some kind of graphic editing software, there's like different layers, and there's transparent layers with an object on it. That's kind of what the overlay is for Google Maps, because Google Maps is processing a lot of graphic information, so we can't do like touch methods for Google Map, the actual main class that we have here. We need to refer to an overlay class, and that way we can put like pinpoint locations and all that stuff in an overlay, which is basically going to be painted over the top of the map as well. And that's also, we're going to handle our touch methods within this overlay. So let's get it set up. What we're going to call our first overlay is touchy, because we're going to have it handle all of our touch methods, and we're just going to say touchy, class touchy, again within our main class, and we're going to say extends overlay, and then we have to import overlay class, which comes from com.google.android.maps package. And now that we have our overlay, we can do or use some of the overlay methods, such as the onTouch event. And that's going to pass in both a motion event, which we can get the action down, action up. We've kind of worked with motion events before, and it also gives us a map view. So let's set that let's set that method up. It's called public boolean onTouch event. And again, this takes a motion event, and we're going to call that E, and a map view, which we're going to just call M, something like that. And then we have to spell map view like this, sorry. And we're getting an error right now because, again, since we're using a Boolean statement, we have to return true or false. So we're just going to return this as false for now anyways. And now we kind of have our overlay set up, which is going to handle all of our touch events. Obviously it's not doing anything yet, but we can kind of keep track of the motion events and the map view that we're working with. And now what we have to do is we need to relate or register this overview or overlay class within our onCreate method. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a new instance of our class that we just created. So we're going to say touchy, we're going to call this T, and we're going to say new touchy. And then what we have to do is we have to we're going to have a list array of, or basically a list of overlays that we can get. So we're going to just create a list of overlays. Again, just we have to define the type. So we're going to say overlay type of list, and then we're going to call this overlay list, something like that. And we're going to set this equal to our map view, which we called map, and then we say dot get overlays. And that's kind of the setup of our list over overlays. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add this touchy touchy instance to our list of overlays. So all we have to do is just say we have to say overlay list, and then we say dot add, and as you can see, it adds an overlay to our list for the most part. So we're going to click that and then refer to our overlay, which we called T, and now we have pretty much everything set up for this overlay. In the next tutorial, we're going to use these touch events to kind of register when the person clicks on the map, whether it be a kind of a long click, like for over 2 seconds, and then we're going to create a dialog where we can either say, like, post a pinpoint, get location, get address. I don't know what we're going to do yet, haven't figured it out, but that's what we're going to do in that tutorial. But again, this tutorial, think of an overlay as a different layer that we're going to paint on top of our map, and we can paint stuff to that overlay, because we really can't do a whole lot with a map view. So this is how we're going to achieve a lot of things through this overlay when working with Google Maps. So I hope to see you guys in the next tutorial. Have a good one.